Here we go. Okay. Lots of screens going on. A lot. OBS is still weird. All right. So this is what we're doing today. A little switching of gears. I wanted to work on the scene a little bit more, but I decided that I was going to I was going to create a page for the book for some promotional stuff. So what I needed to do is to create this Nintendo 64. Okay, drink of water. There you go. Took a break this weekend because I just wanted to give my hand a break. And luckily, I should be getting a space mouse soon. But so I can alleviate some of this RSI that I'm kind of experiencing, unfortunately. But today we're going to do this. So what are we doing with this? Well, we're going to create an exploded view of this Nintendo 64. So the N64, what we're going to do, it's a prop in the story, but we're also going to build it out in an exploded view. Hey there, Gus. Thank you for jumping in. I know it's still pretty late there for you, but appreciate it. Yeah, space mouse for the win. Yes, so I'm glad you heard that. So I got the Bluetooth, the small Bluetooth version. I have that on order. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to try to see if I can work with this keyboard that I have, the compact keyboard I have. I was using Blender this morning to import these. I didn't build this outside shell stuff for the N64, but I'm tweaking them, I'm fixing them, I'm doing all this kind of stuff. So I went into Blender to export them out and to tweak them a little bit and bring them in SketchUp, but I found that realizing that Blender has the keyboard commands are really, really complex. I mean, I knew that. It's just, when you experience it, when you are really working with it. So I have a feeling that the mouse, the puck version, may not work for me because I'll be jumping from the keyboard to the little puck. So we shall see. I might pull trigger on the big one, the Enterprise. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a plan, is to try the puck out, see how it works for this week, or a couple days. I will know pretty quickly if it's going to work for me, the puck. What the heck is it called? I should know this. I just ordered this. But I'm generally pretty good with peripherals of this kind of nature, and I'll know how it will work. But yeah, the wireless, the compact, at least the wireless version, not the compact version, but the wireless version. But if doesn't work for me in terms of keybinds and keyboard, I might go for the big Enterprise version because it has the most buttons. Yeah. And I use a lot of buttons, and I like pressing buttons. So, and I don't want to move my hand around, and I want to make sure I use my tablet. I'm going to disable the scroll wheel and the mouse when I use the mouse. So I'm actually pretty excited about that, because the pain that I'm feeling with the scrolling is not good, and I want to make sure I don't make it worse. So hopefully once that comes tomorrow, I'll get that experience, and then we'll go from there. But so that's cool. I'm gonna have some fun, and this what I'm building here will be perfect. This will take a couple days, probably. Hopefully not more than that, but what I'm building here will be perfect for that. So for reference, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this Nintendo 64 explode. So I sort of started that. The original model that I bought from CG Trader, this is close to it. I'm separating the two halves. I want to explode it as if it was all the actual parts. So I'm going to make, let's see, let me pull this pic. I'm going to make circuit boards and whatnot. So let's see, I have reference I pulled. And this is so like this. Gotta make, that's the bottom, the circuit board. I like this part here, the circuit board. This diagram, and this is from iFixit, or I don't know what this is from, but it has all the names, all that piff. I don't know what that means. It's we'll learn some stuff. So the CPU, the RAM. Oh yeah, there's an extra RAM slot that goes up here. That was the accessory. And then the game pack slot, which is, we'll want the actual, we'll want that. When we start building this. So we'll put this off to the side. So we're going to build that. There's lots of shielding we're going to build. We're going to separate these things, the controller plugs. So, but let me get back to comments here. One thing to keep in mind, sometimes the Space Mouse can lose focus as you move around. So be aware where your cursor is pointing. Are you saying that for SketchUp? Because I know that I heard that with, I believe it was SolidWorks or one of the, because those apps automatically highlight objects, and so I suspect that's why it's doing that. But I heard that. I watched a lot of videos on the Space Mouse, so I've got some. Hopefully, I wanted to learn a little bit more on that, but hopefully it won't be doing what you're saying with SketchUp. Where did I get the model? CG Trader. I don't know why I use CG Trader. I think it's pretty good. I found some models I liked on that, and a long time ago, and I have an account with them. I think I have a Turbo Squid account too, but that's the one I use. CG Trader is the one I use a lot. For whatever reason, it's just I accumulated the most purchases there, which, you know, it's only about 10. Oh, you were electrical engineer for 40. Oh, so yeah, my brother is an electrical engineer as well. He doesn't really do that anymore. He does a lot of IT work, running servers and stuff. But yeah, he designed computers. So I'm gonna, well, that's too big. We'll set that aside for now, but let's And I just brought the controller in for a screenshot, but so what we're going to do is separate. So I've already separated this is the power switch. Let's get this, the reset switch. And then I separated this out, these out. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with these. I might just I believe, okay, so these units, okay, I think they're one piece, or they're two pieces. So there's a left and right, and they're connected, as you saw in this screenshot here, or is this photograph from somebody on, I think, eBay. So I'll build these out and embed those items in. Also, I'll create these. This is the first number 1 controller, 2 controller, 3 and 4, and I'll see how I'll put those in there. I think I can put those in pretty easily. And then I'll create this little piece. I don't know what it looks like on the back side. Is there another? Yeah. And this is the feet. I want to do that too. So let's separate that right now. Should be the one of the easier things to separate. So yeah, Gus, you probably then know exactly what all this is. Oh, here's backside. There you go. That helps. Oh, and this is a light. So that was that here? Oh, I didn't realize that. How was apparently I forgot about that. Yeah, my brother. You could probably just. My brother could instantly tell almost everything what's on a board here and what it does without even any call outs or anything. So yeah, his mind was, he was able to do all the traces. I'd watch him trace all this stuff. Years back when we were kids, he was building, he would make his own ICs. So yes, on a board, on a what do they call it, a breadboard. So yeah, he was one of those people, and I just got to play with all the computer stuff. So what I'll do is, yeah, let's get these feet. I'll get and then this feet are molded. We can go back to this image and see. I think this guy has most of the parts. Photograph. This one is, I don't know what this goes to. I think this goes into here. Well, I'll have to build this part. Because this doesn't have that. It's a big hole, so we'll just at least see if we can get that going. But what I want to do is just get these stuff. Let's get all this stuff separated. And it actually doesn't look like many parts. I suspect there's more parts. But maybe they kept it all on one board. There's no other board. It's a switch. So these are this is the power switch, reset switch. This is where the controllers are. So this is already separated. Amazing. Okay. So let's get these separated. Were they? Oh, so the screws go in here. Was there a cap on this? You know, I'm probably going to buy. I wish I still had my N64. I'll probably end up buying one. Okay, so let's see what this does. Okay. Yeah, this mouse zooming in is not, it's actually kind of painful. Got it. I was going to hold off, but then I was experiencing a little bit too much discomfort. Oh, let's get to a better... So were you designing, how, were you using the space mouse with the PCBs? So this is an interior. I don't know what that looks on the bottom. But we're not going to see the bottom, I think, in what I'm trying to create. So what I'll do is cap this and I'll create this extrusion. I'll put these, pocket those holes in there too. Or these little features. So never seen logic chips. What? A 5 foot? Oh no, 1.5 foot. 1.5 foot by 1.5 foot PCB. Wow. I don't I don't know what some of that means, but I know the logic chips and analog chips. There must be, I don't know what they were doing. Analog ICs. How do I want to do this? So this looks like, I'm going to be bouncing back to these photos a little bit. I think this has like a little recess in it. Well, here's what I'll do. I think I can get rid of this stuff. What I'm going to do is get rid of, let's use my mouse. Let's get rid of this. Actually, there's an easier way of doing this. Boom, all done. Okay, there you go. And then I can, maybe this will be, can be capped. Filled in. Yep, good. Not that that part is like that, but let's see. Probably not. But we'll keep that. What's going on here? Is this doubled? Or is this reversed? Oh, it's just. What's going on here? That is weird. There you go. Yep, that was an extra piece of geometry. No, the space sauce was not used for piece of just CAD work. Oh, 3D CAD work. Yeah. I don't remember what my brother used the designer that would do all the traces and stuff like that. And he could reroute traces and stuff. It was fascinating watching him make these boards, those boards. So, again, what is that? Okay. Ideally, we can get to closing this, but I doubt that's gonna happen. There's some funkiness there. We'll figure that out for now. We'll just leave it like that. I know what I used to do in Blender, which can we do it here? You can do that kind of here. So you could select the verts or select and then scale 0. And by scaling to 0, you can flatten that out in one plane. Yeah, I mean, CAD is used for a lot of things. In fact, it'd probably be best if I did this stuff in CAD or SolidWorks or something. So let's get rid of this thing as well. What we're going to do is, let's just make this a component. Yeah, that's what it looked like. That designing them, less science and more art, just to repeat what your statement. Yeah, routing traces and stuff like that. It was kind of like a Tetris. I'm sure there's a video game based off of that kind of stuff. So what we're going to do here is eliminate this. Pretty much the same way I did before. Select that, select that. Select all that. You know, one thing I wish, maybe you know this, is if there's a way of doing this, and maybe there's a plugin, is that in Blender, if you select with without the X-ray on or the opacity on, it'll only select the front faces, visible faces. If you select with the X-ray on, you'll select everything that's visible within the X-ray, which I kind of like. SketchUp doesn't do that. So I end up selecting a lot of back faces if I'm trying to do something big, you know, making big moves. I think this will be good. Okay, so this did exactly the same thing over there. this little, yeah, it's probably, if I can see over that. It's probably best to flatten that out. Oh, I think I have an idea how to do that. Easiest, okay. So also what I'm going to do, well, what I want to do is put the features in here, but I'm going to build, for today I want to build the board. But wanted to get that feet. So this, the board will encompass these pieces. But for what we're doing, I doubled that up. Okay. So we're going to do that. Do that. And then we'll rebuild it. Oh. Exactly like I imagined, yeah. Android game based that could do PCB design. What do I want to do here? Actually, let's do this so we can save the positioning. So what I'm going to do, we're going to create a first, let's make sure everything here is components. Nope. This thing I think is separate. Nope. There's a label here. Nameplate. Okay. Is that all the pieces? There's a group here. What's that? Oh. And then shell. Is this? So usually when I have, let's see, let's select this one. Oh, there's two. Let's explode this. Just to make it simple. And then what we'll do, okay. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to create a couple views. So this one we're going to reconnect. It has a gap, so we want to this had a gap too, so we'll just fake it. Oh, this was separate. Oh. Well, I did what I did want to do. Yeah. Oh. No problem. Thanks for jumping in, guys. 5 nights of boozing. Wow. Do not do that. Or, you know, to each their own. I can't drink that much anymore. If that's what you're referring to. I'm going to make sure I'm referring to it. Actually, let's just explode this too, just to make it easy. And then what we're going to do is group this, group that. And then this is the power light. Or let's call it that. I should just press this button. It's not used to scroll wheel. Which is what I want to avoid. Then we'll select these and then replace. So that should work. Okay. So this one, which one are we going to do? Let's look at this. So there's notches at the top and bottom that we have to build. Two. Okay. So what's going to happen is I'm going to build this shell here and build this shell here, and then I will probably solidify and definitely will solidify in Blender. But I do want to, what I'll do is, okay, so this is, which one will, this, make this the, I don't know if this lid will be perfect, but it doesn't have to be. Like, I don't know if I, okay. And then actually what I'll do is that, and then this one will be let's just go all up. morning. We'll make that work. No, actually this face is inside. Oh wait, it is. For there, it's over here. Okay. So what I might want to do is this. And then these are, we're going to keep these on the PCB. Let's just group this. I was considering pushing them out, but let's keep them intact, and then we'll do this. There you go. Lower shelf. That's probably what I should have done is separate these. Actually, I can do that. Take these out. Which ones? Wait, let's do it here. Okay, there you go. Okay, so let's create so this one will be group that together. Group that together. And then we'll group that together. So we'll call them different things. So this one will be let's make sure the mic is closer. N64. Let's say complete. Call. So now, let's get this. I think we're good to go on, start on the PCB here. Let's get this started here. Let's get this scaled properly. as much as we can. Okay, I don't know how. We're gonna have to guess. How that's positioned, but we can see these. This is this attached to that. There's the cartridge. There's memory. This is the switch, which looks like it's not scaled properly. And then there's that switch. Now I'd love to know if that's accurate or not. So what I'm going to do is take a look here. Now I don't know if there's diagrams that makes. Okay, in one diagram it shows well, if you look at this, oh, these images won't come over. Let's see if I can do it this. So if you look at this, okay, so on this other image doesn't have the heat sinks. This also looks. Oh, this is in reverse. This is flipped. Okay, so let's make sure what I have. I think what I have is correct. Yeah, CPU. So there's a whole little power insert or junction here that I don't have. These two screws. was a rounded plate. Can I bring this? Okay, now I have a clearer view of that. I think it needs to be scaled up. But actually, well, let's be careful here. But this is maybe just a little bit. I think that is off. And then we can, this I believe is in, would be in the center. This, we don't know what this is. Then the actual shield will come in here based off these posts. And then these are a little distorted. This image is distorted to have some perspective in it, but we can adjust it as we go. So right now, what we'll do is I'm going to build this. So it looks like the board probably is around here. Okay, so let's make some tags. First, let's do some views. Okay, so this is, well, let's get this to my modeling texture. Cool, has all the triggers. Cool. So we'll have this view. Let's try to do it in perspective. Mumble, mumble, mumble. Then we'll go to this one. And then also what we'll do is helpful. Okay, so we go complete. And then we can turn off everything else. Update. We can go to the exploded view. It's going to show up very different in the book, but we'll adjust those because I think this is too high. Let's do that like that. So we can get more of the board. And then oh, the board is not inside. Okay, that's good enough. Oh, I didn't add a scene. That's exploded. Okay. Oh, that's right. I need a tag for this. I want that in tab. What I want to do is go in here and do that. Then I can do this. Update. Okay. Now I have reference images, but so everything on this, let's make sure this PCB itself is its own thing. Then we get out on top of it. There you go. Okay, this gives us an idea of, again, this is reversed. Let's fix that. Is it? No. Okay. Okay, we'll use this as reference. It's too little. So 6AAH, these are the same. So we're gonna how tall those are, but those are not that tall. So like that. And then black on one side. They have a little ring. And are they fixed? No, they're a little raised up on those little platforms. So what we'll do is raise them up. I think they're shorter. And then I'm going to create that. Then we're going to explode it. Let's do this. Oh. Why? Oh. Okay, that's the main board. And then we want these things. 64. Okay. Now if we go to explode it, it should be there. Okay. Where's that image? Oh, this one. Okay, those are pretty thick. Okay, we're gonna call this all the same here, but we'll just call it a processor. One is the CPU and one is the reality processor, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna just, because they're pretty much exactly the same. And these, same thing, even though, they're just 2 pieces of RAM. Similar thickness. Now we're going to do all this. We're going to do as much of the traces as we can. I'll probably make each one a single line, even though these are double the traces in the center. Oh, let's hold on. So, but we've got a ton of these. Oh, we should just build up this base too. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, and then these are pretty much the same. Oh wait, no, these are larger. No wait, these are the same. These are larger. So we're gonna do different versions. I might separate them out because I might put the text on them, but let's take a look at this. Okay, there's a black. Okay. I am going to make the whole thing in one, since they all pretty much have the same thing on the PCB. So let's group that. Then we're gonna let's make that a little bit bigger. Why does it do that? What's going on? Oh. Well, I have that on still. Oh, I need to. I did just record this. Okay. It's on some sort of block. Okay. Which is this thing. Once you start stacking these things together, it's hard to get a sense of what's what. Just gonna make it a hair taller, make it readable, even though that might not be accurate. Oh, forgot about that. Okay, now I can put that everywhere. Those are smaller versions, but we're gonna treat them as the same for now. Oops. Okay, now these are larger. So we're going to do that's not what I wanted to do. It's a little weird naming these. There you go. Oh, these are a different shape. It's a little longer. So let's Okay, I'm going to take a slight break. Gotta turn on the oven. Stand by. Okay, we're back. Now let's I'll make these smaller ones. I don't know if that says CHA, but I'm going to do that. The best thing to do actually is to take this tier of this component and do that. And there seems to be, I'm going to give it a little bun. Wait, I might have made a slight error. Okay, let's fix that. Fix it on the original. There. Then we'll fix it here. Fix it here. Then we'll take this. Okay. Those seem to be all good. What else can I do? I can put the rest of those chips in there. They didn't appear in there because they are outside the group. It's going to get real busy soon. Oh, nope, I didn't want to do that. I thought I already named this. Oh, that's just a group. Okay. Yeah, I might have to redo these a little bit because I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do the traces, or at least the soldering. I might do them as part of the group. And I'll do these little bumps as well. Little solder. Okay. Let's make this LED. So it's there. That center. There. Oh, wrong center. That's all right. This will work. Glued. Oh. Okay. This looks like it's, let's see. Well, that looks like it's upright, but it's not upright. That's weird. I think it's above it. Okay, take another break here. Gotta put the food in the oven. 1 second. Okay, now I'm back. Back again. I'm going to take a look at this thing a little bit more. Okay, looks like it's on a... I have no idea how that looks. What are you doing? It's not your food. Hmm. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Ooh, she doesn't like it that small, I don't think. There you go. Let's see, I'm going to do this. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to redo all this. Let's see. I'm going to take this piece, separate it. Let me see how this. Oh, yeah, that looks right. Looks a little massive there, but it's not. It's not big at all. So the idea behind that would be, I'm going to repeat this. Actually, let's do this. And then we're going to delete those. Then make a cutout here. Oh, I know. There's a better way of doing this. Here. Yeah. Sorry. Sneeze. I have loud sneezes. Okay. Okay. Why is this not? Why is this face not facing? What's going on? Okay. Probably should have just started from scratch, but here we go. Here we are. Yeah. Get rid of all that. That's the easy way of doing it, making it look good and make it solid. Should have did that right off the bat, but sometimes you just don't think about it. Nope. So you're gonna do a little bit more planning. Okay, so this also. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's do it like that big. This big. Oh, actually, that's about the same height. There you go. Now, I don't have no idea if it's that tall, but it looks close. Then the next thing is this switch on top, which has a diamond crown looking thing. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to make this unique. This is one. To put this into here. Wait, let's see. Oh, it's this one. Now. Okay, now I'm going to explode that. Oh, that's it. That's why. Okay. Okay, now our power module's getting there. Okay, now I can explode this. Ooh, actually, I don't want to do it now. Oh, I need to repeat. I should have repeated that, but I can do it this way. Mm. Did this wrong. Explode. Okay. Oh, did I erase that? Oh, gosh. Sloppy. Let's redo this. Okay, now let's get that switch on. Mm-hmm. do this. Now we're going to do this. I think that's close, right? Let's get this similar view. A little shallower. Okay, now I can do this. Let's put this down there. Okay. Wow, a lot of little holes. It's a little bigger. Oh, I see why it didn't punch. tell what those are. They're kind of recessed in there, aren't they? happened there? Oh. That's not. Okay, I think we're almost nearing the end of what we're going to do with this, but today, let's let me see what I can do here. Let's group this. Let's see if I can easily add these in. Okay, looks like I can do something. Let's eliminate the elements that are needed. Let's see. That one. Oh, that one I gotta fix too. We'll do this. Do that. Cool. All right. How did that happen? Now it's almost not worth it to do that if it's not going to do the cut. So what I'm going to do is okay, like this didn't cut. Let's hide this. Hide. Oh, let's check this before I. Oh, see, these aren't even. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. Boom. Ooh, nice. It's getting there nice. Okay. I think this is a good time to stop. Good time to pause until tomorrow. We'll get all this. Oh, let's do something here. So this, I want to explode the feet too. So we're going to raise this up. There you go. There we go. Okay. So that's what it looks like. We got our, so far, got our chips. We're going to probably dirty this up because it looks a little perfect. I'll probably do some rendering tricks on the final thing, but we're going to do so. Hopefully get that Space Mouse early tomorrow. Probably not. It's probably going to be midday or afternoon, and then but maybe I'll wait for that, or we'll check and see in the morning and see what happens. So tomorrow we're going to take a look at these pieces. We're going to take a look at this. So this looks like just a simple extrusion, boom, 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 all the way through. Okay, these little tabs will extrude that. This looks like mounting elements. Oh, we got these little things. We'll probably use, this is a very similar curved bend, so what we'll probably use is this power element and to build those, just to keep the same bend. And what else? Then what we'll do is start working on these elements. That's what I want to do. I want to make these little trace, these feet. In doing so, I'll probably include the actual trace elements. And I believe they're matched. Amount of elements here, the amount of elements here. 60 to 31, 80 to 41. Maybe not. Let's see. From 1 to 30, 1 to 40. So this has 30 and this has 40. Okay, so it's 40 on all the sides, and this is 30 on all the sides. Even though they're the same size, it's wild. So we'll build a element, we'll repeat it. We'll do the same here. So put 40 in that, 30 in those, 30 on each side. We'll do that same here, here. So yeah, tomorrow we'll work on that. We'll work on these two as well. So we'll do that first, and then we'll go to these pieces, these other major pieces. I might do that off stream and then build the pieces, because I want to kind of put in the time on this and get this done this week. It's just sooner than later. We'll solidify this stuff as well. That's what I'm going to need to do. That might not happen tomorrow. We'll have to add this piece, fill this in, create this label, make sure this is correct, or at least correct enough. This, we may have to add more geo in here to make it work, but for us, especially back here too. So we'll work on that potentially too, and then I also want to do the vents in here. There's some venting here that's not present, but we'll see how much we see here, because I either will include this at the base level, or I'll raise it up like it is right now. Actually, this has to be here too. Let's be around there probably. probably to simplify the thing, well, there's a shield, heat shield here that we'll work on. That's this thing right here, I'm assuming. Yeah. So this little piece is where is it? We see that in some of the other views, but this pokes out, I believe. Right? Do we have another view? No, not in either of those views. Yeah. So plenty of stuff to do, but the details are coming in. And this is separated here, this from the board. Which it shouldn't be, which... Yeah, here's a view. That shows it. Not that. Here, I'll show here. So this view shows it. And this has some heat sinks or something on top of here, which is strange. Because this is the only picture that has these that I've seen. Which that'll be interesting. So this plate, this bottom plate is, and here's the cartridge slot, which is removed here. Just that. So this plate is this plate. So we'll probably put this plate in here just at the bottom, and we'll see if we want to separate it out or explode it out in this view. So remains to be seen. We'll build the plate, make a decision on that. Although we can just separate out and we'll still cover most of what's here. So yeah, that's the thinking. And then in the book, this is going to be like this. The whole, here, let's, so I have plans on this. So the actual view in the book will be like this, something like this. Let's get closer. It won't be, it might, we may eliminate, let me, decrease that to pretty shallow. There. Let's take a look at this before we go, because, you know, we're here. Let's take a look at this in different different styles. It's going to be more like this. Let me cats are going crazy. They want their dinner. Actually, let's name it the snow sky. It's not really. And then we'll put a shadow. So yeah, that's I want to get an idea of this. So we'll probably I probably will separate these a little more. The board isn't in this view. Where's the board? Where is the board in this view? Let's see. Exploded. Boom. Oh, that's why. Okay, bummer. Bummer. Let's do this. This is a group. Exploded. This is that. Which exploded? It's the top one. And we want. I think it's not big enough, but we are going to adjust that as we go. Okay, so. Oh, where did that main board go? Where did the board go? Didn't I just do that? Oh, there it is. There. I'm gonna. want to get some light in the inside there, but let's see if I can change this. Let's do that. Let's see if I can. Okay, and let's not do it on the ground. There you go. Update. Okay, it's a little messy, but I wanted to get some more shadow in there. I wanted to, well, not shadow necessarily, but light. Maybe this is better. Okay, that's gonna be it. It's gonna be it. So, just wanted to get that done so I can kind of explore how it's gonna look on the page as we build. And that's where we're going to be at. So we're going to leave it on this image. And until tomorrow, we'll see until tomorrow. We'll pick a time. I'm going to pick a time based off of the Space Mouse delivery, maybe. And we'll see if that's going to work out. But if you like what you're seeing, please like, and if you have any comments or don't like what you're seeing, you can dislike the video, or you can subscribe so you don't miss out on all the other rendering I'm going to be doing, all the other modeling I'm going to be doing. It's going to be a lot. This project's going to be last over the year at least, probably more. I have over 100 elements that I need to build, and it's way over 100, but I know I have like 60 scenes, includes scenes and vehicles and objects, and then there's objects that I don't even count, like this Nintendo and props and stuff like this. But it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a long, long, long project. So hope you can come along for that. Watch how it is all made. So until then, till tomorrow, talk to you later.